Hello, can you... All right, I think we got audio now. I think we got audio. Can you guys hear me now? All right, I think we got audio. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the heck that was. For some reason, the setting on the live streaming was set for the desktop audio instead of the external microphone. So I apologize about that, guys. I'm very sorry. So, missed the intro because the audio wasn't working. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Harrisburg show, some things for the channel, my website for the Shop Now section, and then also we have some bad news as far as personal issues go with the family. But first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, joining in again on the live stream Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday. We stream from 7 to 8 p.m. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Please share this live stream out with your buddies. Get them to subscribe as well. It would be greatly appreciated. So, first off, I'd like to start out by saying pretty much all the thing chat was saying couldn't hear me, but that's all fixed now. So what's up, Nate? What's up, Mike? Zachary, what's up, buddy? SJ Outdoors, what's up? John, what city and state are you from? Baltimore, Maryland. Kurt, what's up? Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Hardcore Outdoors, what's up? Jake, James Miller, Hunting with Preston. John, John Heiser, Nate Stanton, David, what's up? All right, we got the whole crew in here tonight. Thank you guys so much. So, first of all, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for coming out to the Great American Outdoor Show. There were so many of you guys there that came up to either the Antler Grove booth or the Spy Point booth, and it was very humbling because the amount of people that came up and wanted to, shake my hand, take a picture, and just say, I want to thank you for what you've done. You've helped me do this food plot. You've helped me in life. You've helped me encourage me to, to better my hunting area, or I've helped them in some sort of way. And it was very humbling to hear that. And it obviously made me feel good, but it shows the power of social media, YouTube, Facebook. It's very powerful in that manner. So I encourage everybody that wants to start a YouTube channel or Facebook and try to get your message, whatever it is that your message is, to help get your message across to people and help other people in some sort of way. So again, that was very humbling. And I know a lot of people come up to the Antler Grove booth. A lot of you purchased it. A lot of you just wanted to talk hunting, and I'm always willing to talk hunting with anybody. And same thing with the Spy Point booth. A lot of you guys come up to there as well, and wanted to shake hands and meet me, and it was very cool experience. With that show sees thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and after shaking so many hands, I have caught some sort of nasty head cold. I don't know if it's the flu. I don't know, but it hit me last Monday after the show. Chest, head. Now my left ear is clogged, pressure. I can't really hear anything out of my left ear. So I'm coughing. I actually went to I don't like taking pills and stuff like that, so I actually went to the chiropractor, and they kind of did some stuff in my neck and relieved the pressure in my ear, and it's actually better now. I can actually hear out of my ear, so I'm dealing with that. Hopefully that goes away here shortly, because I never get sick, but this year, well, actually in the past 3 months, I've had like 3 colds. I've lost my voice. It's been very rough. So with that out of the way, almost didn't make the live stream tonight because many of you know, my father had a stroke back in the summer, and kind of messed him up a little bit. It was a minor stroke, and then he was dealing with that. And then he had some total knee replacement. So then he was trying to get healed up from that. He was doing pretty good. And then over the weekend, while I was at the Harrisburg show, I got a phone call. He got rushed back to the hospital. He's been there ever since. Went and seen him yesterday, today. He can't breathe. So he was trying to get up, walk around, and he was coughing. And he had some chest pain, and he would get up, try to go to the bathroom, which is only like 30 feet, and he would literally take like 5 steps and he would gas out, couldn't breathe. So they rushed him to the emergency room. He's been there since Saturday. I think it was Saturday. As a kid, he was very sickly. He had asthma, very bad, up until he was like 15 or 16, constantly in and out of the hospital with asthma, emergency room visits, etc. As he got older, he kind of grew out of it, but he's 60 now, so I guess it all of a sudden came back. So now he's dealing with asthma again, and that's what they said yesterday, which was asthma, a severe case of asthma. So now today, all of a sudden they're saying it's AFib, which I don't really know a whole lot about, but it's like a regular heartbeat. And they're saying the AFib was probably what possibly caused the stroke, and he had it all along, but they just didn't know. So I don't know what's going on. So if you guys could do me a favor and please keep him in your prayers and the family, it's greatly appreciated. Hopefully we get past all this, and he gets better, and we all get better. We all stay healthy, and all that good stuff. So again, if you could please pray for that situation going on right there. So with that out of the way, the website, whitetailobsessionoutdoors.com. It's been 2 years in the making, with the shop now section. So I've been trying. I had a website. It had issues with it. So I ended up having to switch the provider domain over to another domain, or host, if you want to call it. So now we have a brand new website that's up, whitetailobsessionoutdoors.com. In 3 weeks, you will be able to finally go to the website and purchase Whitetail Obsession Outdoors apparel. There's going to be hats, t-shirts, hoodies. There's going to be these wristbands on there, Whitetail Obsession Outdoors wristbands. And we're going to start out with that. So you'll eventually, in 3 weeks or so, you'll be able to go there, purchase it, because I know there's been tons of people that's been asking for it. So it's finally available. 3 weeks, it'll be available. Everything will be on there. You'll be able to purchase whatever you want. You'll be able to check out with it. There will be no PayPal. You'll be able to use your credit card to go on there and purchase everything. It has just been a long process, with money. Everything costs money. The t-shirts and the hoodies cost money. So the website issues. So I just want to let you guys know that it will be available here in about 3 weeks, and I'll post something on Facebook, and on here I'll let you guys know, and there will be a link down in the description of every video. You can click, and that'll take you right to that shop now section. SJ Outdoors, soil samples done and getting the woods ready for next season and getting ready for turkey season. Awesome. On that note, soil samples. I posted a video, I think it was either last Wednesday or the Wednesday before. I took you guys through my new hunting property, my new lease in PA, and we went through and got some soil samples done. So while at the show, I actually got a phone call. I got the results back of the soil samples. So with those soil samples, I took 3 separate areas, which I just named them big plot, small plot, and row plot. On those samples, every single one was pretty much a 5.0 pH. So, not this coming weekend, but next weekend, I will be going down. I have pallets of lime being delivered and start spreading. I'm going to be spreading the lime on the fertilizer on the property to try to get the pH better than what it is now. It's going to be a lot of money, so optimal, I need to get up to about a 6.5, 6.8. But with funds and have to spread it myself, I may only be able to get it to about a 6, but it should be okay. Everything will grow perfectly fine. So if you guys are doing food plots this year, make sure you get that soil sample. And everything costs money, but you know, if you, depending on the size of your plot, I mean, we're talking for myself, we're talking total of like 3.5 acres. So that's a lot of lime, a lot of money in lime. So if you guys are doing smaller plots, which I will be doing as well, if you can't get to that perfect 6.5, 6.7, 6.8, don't feel bad. As long as you can raise that pH and get some lime on there to at least get you to a 6, you'll be fine. Things will grow. It may not be perfect, but at least you're heading in that right direction. And over time, as years go on or months go on, you can get a little bit more money, and you can go in there and continually spread that lime to try to eventually get yourself closer to a 7. So with the funds and the amount of lime that I need and where the pH currently is, I'm guessing I'm going to be around a 6. That's okay. We'll see how it goes. If I need to add more, I can add more as time goes on. Thank you guys for everybody that said the prayers and hope my father gets better. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, John Beachy. Very much appreciated. Camo Thug Outdoors, really to help you. Awesome. Thank you. Jake, is Spy Point camera's highest megapixel 12? That's all I can find, so just checking before I place an order. Jake, yes, 12 megapixels is what the highest that they offer. It'll give you a super clear picture. No issues with that at all. You'll be happy with that. Hunting with Preston, my uncle was in the hospital because he was having a hard time breathing and had 5 different things going on with him. He is out of the hospital and doing a lot better. Awesome, man. Good to hear. John, my soil results should be in by Friday, I hope. Awesome, man. Hopefully their numbers aren't too whacked out, and hopefully you don't need a ton of lime. Typically, if you guys are doing food plots and the ground has never been touched, never been worked on, from my experience on seeing it, whether it's a woods plot or a plot out in a field or something, typically they're going to be low. The soil pH is going to be very low. Typically, I have found from like a 4.8 to like a 5.3 in my side of the world here on the East Coast, Maryland, PA. It's right around 4.8 to 5.3 seems to be the number, which sucks. It's a very low pH, but everything takes time. So no stress. Just kind of eventually get your pH, add lime over time, and you'll eventually be able to build that number up as time goes on. And you'll continually be able to see the progress as time goes on. So you may be only at a 5, but if you can add enough to get to a 5.8 or even a 5.5 or a 6 or 6.2, you will steadily see the results. And then, you know, obviously add your fertilizer to that, and then you can start, you know, if you want to take that food plot to the next level, you can start using the NPK from Antler Grow, and you can start spraying with Antler Grow as well, which will give the nutrients directly to that food plot and not to the soil. So that's just if you want to take it to the next level, basically. Jason, thanks, buddy. Much appreciated for that. Riley Baker, where are you sending your soil samples? So the soil samples I sent to, it's in Bel Air, Maryland. It's called The Mill. They have like 3 stores that's local, you know, within the area. It's called The Mill. That's where I send all the samples to. I think they're like $14, I believe it was, for the 3 samples. Not sure who they send that out to, but when you get that back, it'll be a printed off sheet. It'll give you recommendations for lime, recommendations for fertilizer. It will show you some micronutrient levels in the soil. So it will have that on there. But as mentioned in my last video, you know, for beginners, you know, you don't really want to worry about that because it gets really confusing. All you really want to worry about is that pH. If you can get that pH right with the correct amount of lime, you'll be happy with the results. As time goes on, if you want to get more technical with it, that's fine too. But for everybody just starting out, just worry about that pH level. If you can get that pH level correct, just everything is gonna, you know, you'll see so many results. Just everything will leap and bound from what it is. Everything will be, you know, greener and more lush and more palatable to the animals. So that's the main thing that you guys want to focus on, is that pH level. Yes, it costs money, but for everybody that's serious about you know, wanting to get into, you know, land management or just helping nature, you know, in your area, or trying to attract more deer, if you start adding lime to that, you're going to see amazing results. So I will be going down next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. The work begins. Food plot begins. I got to clear a bunch of deadfalls out of the food plot, cut some trees down. I got a tractor coming. It's going to be delivered in like a month or so. I'm going to till all that pH in, get that rolling. Till the pH in. I'm going to till all the lime in to get the pH correct. All that's going to be rolling. We got like 3 food plots that I have to work on in general. Then we'll start getting some food plots around where I live at, local properties that I hunt. I'm going to be putting in 2 food plots around here. I got to get that rolling. So there's a lot of stuff coming up here in the next, really in the next month. From now, next month or so until hunting season. The plan is to continue to live stream on Tuesday nights, continue to upload videos on Wednesday night, and then I'm going to hopefully be able to, with the amount of work that I have coming up as far as food plots and prepping the hunting areas go, I want to add either an additional 1 to 2 videos per week to the channel, just to keep, you know, obviously the more uploads that you can do on your channel, if you guys have a YouTube channel, the better off you're going to be, because YouTube as I've talked about many times, goes by watch time. The more watch time you have on the channel, the more attractive your channel is throughout YouTube, and the more YouTube is going to push your channel out and be suggested to other people, which in turn you'll get more views, more subscribers, and so forth. Yeah, so that's where we're at. So, a lot of people that came out to the Harrisburg show, again, greatly appreciated. And I think I've talked about this before, but the people, seems to be the people in Pennsylvania, are kind of like, I want to say like old school, I guess, as far as farming goes. They didn't really seem to know a whole lot about the soil and like micronutrients, which is fine. That's why, you know, we're there to help. But the amount of people that we were able to help, and especially Jeff, you know, the owner of Antler Grow, giving his knowledge to people trying to do food plots and trying to improve their, you know, whether it's their hay fields or something like that. The people were greatly appreciative of all the information that they were able to provide them. And I think the people that talked with us and talked with Jeff and purchased Antler Grow is going to see amazing results on their food plots, hay fields, their cattle, deer, and all wildlife, basically. So I just hope that they follow the recommendations that that he gave them, and continues to push forward and so forth. So one of the cool things is about hay goes, you know, if you are spraying hay fields, you know, and you can increase that nutritional value in the hay from spraying it with crops of cattle, or, you know, Antler Grow or something like that. If you can get the samples done, tissue samples of that, and show your buyers, you know, here's the data results from the hay, now that is more nutritious and more palatable, you can sell it for more money. So it works in many different ways, but that's just one way to increase your profit of the amount of your pricing goes for your bales of hay. I think around here, I think it's like $75, I want to say. It might be a little bit high, but I think it's around $75. So if you have that data analysis, you know, your buyers, you know, you can try to sell it for more money. John, yes, I know that lime helps, for we did it on a garden one year and almost had a double crop. So I'm a witness that you're telling the truth, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, lime for sure, 100% is needed. Believe it or not, most food plots and even crops, really, but for on the hunting side, majority of food plots fail because we don't get a soil sample, and 90%, 99% of the time, it's the pH. If that pH is down at a 5, you're going to have a hell of a time to try to get something to grow. So the whole thing is, you know, if you're buying the seed, you know, you're spending gas money to go to your hunting property, you're prepping the ground as far as, you know, if you're in the woods, getting the leaves out of the way, whatever it is that you have to do to prep your area, and you don't get a $14 soil sample, and all of a sudden you plant your seed and you put your time and effort and hard work into it, and it doesn't grow, yeah, you're just that's a lot of work to not do that. John, can you not mix lime with water to have it absorb better in the soil? You could. You're better off just spreading it, waiting for a rain to do it. That's a lot of water to be spreading. Regardless if you mix that with water or not, it's not going to cut back on the amount of lime that you need. Typically, it's always 1 ton of lime per acre to raise that number 1 point. So that would be a lot of water to be able to do that. You're better off, I believe, just spreading the lime and just mixing it in, having it rain on there. Of course, I'm no expert with it, but that's what it would be more logical, I believe, to do it that way. There's no substitute for lime. I know there's a lot of products out there that claim to be a liquid that you spray on the soil to raise the pH and all this other stuff, but the fact is, it's a gimmick. There's no substitute for lime. So if you need to add lime, majority of the time, it's 1 ton of lime per acre to raise the point by 1, typically. Pelletized lime, you could probably go a little bit less, but you need lime. 1 ton of lime per acre for 1 point is the standard general situation. I live in Georgia. I tried the antler grow on my food plot. They grow bigger than ever. The deer killed my winter plots. From Beanie Reese. I tried the antler grow on my food plots. They grow bigger than ever. The deer killed my winter plots. Yeah. When you spray it, they're going to be more palatable, which more palatable is going to be more attractive to all wildlife, not just deer. But yeah, I had a friend of mine that planted soybeans last year, and he didn't really plant a whole lot of soybeans, and they honestly weren't really hitting the soybeans that often. But once he sprayed the soybeans, they hammered the soybeans down to the dirt. And he called me up. He said, he's like, hey, I got one complaint about antler grow. And I was like, oh, really? What's that? He said, well, they ate my beans down to the dirt. So, yeah, they will destroy, devour whatever you spray, which is a good thing. They're getting that nutrients. And that's why we always preach natural browse. Natural browse is the backbone to all healthy deer herds. So there's more natural browse than there are food plots. So typically, so if you can get in there and spray all that natural browse, you just created, as we've talked about, essentially a free food plot. So do you guys have any specific questions that you guys want answered? I appreciate all you guys joining in tonight, even though I'm having a hard time speaking, dealing with this daggone cold. But if you guys have any specific questions, be sure to fire away. Carl, sorry you are sick, flu bug and Bama too. How does antler grow compare to Miracle Grow? I like to try antler grow this year. Georgia Roll Tide. We got that question a lot. One guy kind of got a little feisty at the show because he come up to the booth and he said, he's like, oh, this is no different than Miracle Grow. Well, it's 100% not even comparable to Miracle Grow. Miracle Grow is probably 95% fertilizer with a very, 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 very minute amount of micronutrients. And even if it does have some micronutrients in it, it's only like 1 or 2, mainly 1, I believe. Antler Grow is actually 100%, no doubt, 100% micronutrients. A huge difference. It's not even on the same scale as fertilizer. Antler Grow is not a fertilizer. It's two completely different categories. So Miracle Grow, you can't even compare Miracle Grow to Antler Grow. Two completely different things. David, what was the name of that seed company you used? The name of the seed company is called Deer Ag. I'll post it in the comments here. Deer Ag. Dave Murphy, what does the tag and outfitter for the spring bear hunt? Are you asking what's it cost, or where am I going? If you're asking what's it cost, where I'm going, it's $18.50. That actually includes the tag, the license fee, the lodging, the food, all that good stuff. It's $18.50. The place that I'm going is Salmon River Bend Outfitters, which is in Canada. What does it run price wise? Yeah, price wise, it's $18.50. $18.50 is the price for that, and that's everything included: tag, license, food, lodging, all that good stuff. All right, guys, we got Jeff Beeler, one of the owners of Antler Grow, in the chat. So if you guys have any specific questions, he's the man to ask. He's in the chat. He says, Huntinator Antler Grow, he says, by spraying the browse around your plots, you spread the deer out. Works great for small plots. Miracle Grow is 1 pound of micro per ton of fertilizer. Antler Grow is 100% micro, like Dave said. John, technically Antler Grow would be a micro mineral fertilizer. It acts as a fertilizer, but it's not a fertilizer. It's micronutrients. Keeping your dad in our thoughts. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for letting us know how much lime per acre, but I never knew that. Yeah, typically, you could probably, be a little bit different, than 1 ton. It just really depends on what kind of soil that you have. But majority of the time, it's 1 ton of lime per acre. There's no substitute for that. Beanie, how do I get a sponsorship? I have no idea where to start. Asking for a sponsorship right off the bat is probably one of the worst things you could do. Your best bet is to start a Facebook page or a YouTube channel. Start building up an audience, putting yourself out there, trying to educate people on what you're trying to do, whatever it is that you're trying to spread your message across, whatever it is that you're trying to do with that. But your best bet, start a YouTube channel, start a Facebook page, be educational, be very educational with what you're trying to do. Buy some products, use that product, make a video or take good pictures, and then you can present that to a company with that product and say, hey, here's that product. Here's a product that I purchased myself. Here's a video of me using it. Here's a video that it works. Will you please look at this video? Send them an email, message them, get a hold of them, go to trade shows, put yourself out there on the internet. Yes, you will have hate comments. Yes, you will have haters. Yes, you have people that try to put you down, but you continue to push through that. You ignore them, you block them, you delete them, and you be positive and educational. That would be your best way to get a sponsorship. Beanie, I will be using this product this season. Awesome. Good to hear. Starting traditions outdoors, 2 brothers. So if your soil is 5 and you want it to a 7, you need 2 ton per acre. Yes, sir. So if you're at a 5 and you need to get to a 7, that's going to be 2 tons of lime per acre. It gets expensive. The problem is where I'm at, on why it's going to cost more than what I wanted, is because I can't get a lime truck in there to be able to spread it for me. So I have to get pallets of lime, take it back in there, and use my 4-wheeler with a 100-pound spreader and spread it. So it's going to be very time consuming. But it's the only way that I can do it. So it sucks, but it is what it is. I got to do what I got to do, you know. It's going to take forever to spread it, but it'll get done, you know. It's not going to be the quickest way, but I just can't get a lime truck in there to do it. So it is what it is. Could Department of Conservation consider that baiting by spraying antler grow on natural browse on public land? I don't know. You have to check with your state, county, as far as spraying it. But antler grow on private property is legal in all states. Antler grow is under they have a agricultural license in each state. It's not baiting. That's why it's legal in each state. You're not baiting anything. All you're doing is helping plant growth, which in turn is going to help all wildlife. You're increasing the nutritional value of the plants naturally because the soil is lacking those micronutrients to give to the plant. So you're just making those plants healthier, which in turn will give all wildlife more nutrition naturally. Starting traditions, same way I have to do it too. Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. Hard work pays off. So I'm hoping all the hard work that I'm getting ready to put into all this will pay off. But like I said, no matter what you guys do, okay, no matter what you do, whether it's trying to improve your property, if you have 2 deer on your property, just say you have 2 deer on your property, and you put a food plot in, you create a bedding area, you increase the available natural browse on your property, you spray antler grow. If you can all of a sudden have 5 deer on your property, you created that. You made that happen. You helped that area, and you attracted those deer. Even if you don't get a kill on that, that's okay, because that's real life. That's hunting. That's how life works. And that's how hunting works. Hunting, there's no instant gratification in anything. So the more work you put in, obviously, the more results you're going to get in a quicker amount of time. But there's nothing instant. What you do this year will benefit next year. So that was one of the things at the Harrisburg show was, some people had came up to me and like, oh man, you motivated me to do this. You motivated me to do that. I put a food plot in for the first time. I killed my first deer, and all that. So it was very positive in all that. Dave Murphy, what is the name of the ATV tiller used? The ATV tiller was called the Groundhog Max, and I still have the same one from last year. I will be using that again this year as well. If you're having a tractor delivered, could you find a local company to drop a spreader wagons that you could use to spread. I know I see wagons sitting at local farms. Yeah, that's one of the options. One of the tractor company that I'm renting the tractor from has a big spreader that I can attach to it, and it's like a 500 or 600 pound spreader. So that is an option to rent that as well, to get it back in there, and it would I'd be able to spread it in a quicker amount of time. I just have to see how much that costs. Last time I talked to them last week, I don't know, somebody was out sick or something. I couldn't get the exact cost to be able to rent that attachment. So I just have to see how much it costs, how much I can afford, where the funds are at, and then go from there. But yes, that is an option. This one time I was using a push spreader. I was like, screw this, and just started walking with the bags and dumping it. If you're like spreading corn, yeah, whatever it takes, you know what I mean? Whatever you have to do to get it done, is what you're going to have to do. I'm looking into if we can use it here on New York on public land. I'll let you know when I find out. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, it's legal. It's legal in New York. It's legal in areas where, you guys are used to, dumping something on the ground. In some states that don't allow anything, Antler Grow has made that possible. It's legal. They have an agricultural license in all states. It's not baiting. It's an agricultural license, so it is legal. Micronutrients are basically plant food, right? Micronutrients are, you could say, plant food. They're minerals. Micronutrients are minerals. Molybdenum, cobalt, magnesium, zinc, iron, all those are miners, is what you call miners. They're minerals. Micronutrients are in the soil. But the reason the plants are not as healthy as they used to be, this is for John, because years and years and years and years go on, those plants are constantly pulling those micronutrients out of the soil, and there's only so many there. So what Antler Grow has done has taken those minerals into a foliar spray, and now we can actually give it back to the plants to where the plants can't pull it out of the ground. So now we're giving it back to the plants. So we're giving those micronutrients to the plant, which is making the plants more healthy. But they're minerals. It's minerals. The plant can only get what's there. If it's not there, it can't get it. So we're just giving it back to the plants in a direct 100% foliar spray, to where it's 100% beneficial to that plant, because in the ground, like fertilizer and all that stuff, it leaches away, it washes away, it rains, the ground gets turned over so many times. It's just, the ground is just very poor quality soil these days, because of agricultural and more crops being planted and pulling those micronutrients out of the soil. Stefan, what can you do for food plot if my small property is nothing but grown over clear cut? It's a grown over clear cut. Typically in those grown over clear cuts, you're going to have tons and tons and tons of natural vegetation growing up through there. That fresh, tender growth is coming back. So if you can't directly plant a food plot, like we've talked about many times, take that clear cut, all that green fresh growth, and just spray it with Antler Grow. Then you just created essentially a free food plot, because when you buy it, the Antler Grow, it works out to $14 an acre, or $16. Now that the show's over, now it's $16 an acre. But either way, there's nothing cheaper that you can do to create a food plot. So you're talking $16 an acre. So if you're looking to enhance that clear cut there, that would be very important option for you to do. A small manure spreader works well for spreading lime. Yes, sir. I got a few options, like I said, for spreading the lime. We just have to see how much it costs, where the funds are, but I already have that ATV spreader, a lime spreader, so I might be able to use that on the smaller plots and then rent a spreader for a tractor. We'll have to see where we're at. Huntinator Antler Grow. Plants ingest most, but with the sticker, there's also all the minerals stuck to the outside. Benefits plants and animals. Yes. So what Jeff just said was plants ingest most of it, but what the sticker does is it holds it. The sticker is basically a sticker. So like when you spray weed grass killer, Roundup or something like that, and it has that sticker in there, so if you read the back of it, it'll say, rain fast in whatever, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, can't be washed off, because if that wasn't there, and you went to spray your Roundup, whenever it rained, it would just wash off, and then it wouldn't do its job. So what that sticker does in the antler grow is whatever minerals that don't get absorbed in the plant sticks it to the plant as well. So when the deer come by and eat it, not only are they eating it from being ingested in the plant, but they're also eating what's stuck to the outside of that plant. But there is a surfactant in there as well, so they worked hand in hand. So the surfactant actually takes the tissues of the plant and softens them, and then it dries, so it can't be washed off. The sticker dries it, sticks it on there, so it can rain 5 minutes later, and it 100% cannot be washed off. So the next morning, when the plants relax, at nighttime, they essentially go to sleep. That next morning, where everything comes back to life, the sun comes out, you get the dew on the plants. Next thing you know, over time, that surfactant has loosened those tissues. So in the next morning, you get that dew. Next thing you know, it sucks it. That plant just sucks it all in, and then goes down through the leaves, through the stems, down to the roots. So it can never leave that plant. John, just wanted to say thanks again for all the help you and Jeff gave me and sharing your knowledge. I'm looking forward to working our logging road this summer along with a small food plot. Yeah, so John was one of the guys that came out to the booth. I believe it was on Monday during the Great American Outdoor Show. So we kind of worked with him a little bit and explained to him he's got this, I believe it was an old clear cut. So what he's going to do with this clear cut is he's going to get himself and possibly a few buddies in there, and they're just going to take weed whackers. So what they're going to do is they're going to go through this clear cut, and mow it down to where it's 10 inches, 12 inches tall, and then what that's going to do is you're essentially trimming all that down, you're manicuring it a little bit. So a week later or so, when everything starts to regrow, get that fresh growth in there, go through there and spray that with antler grow, and again, you just essentially created a free food plot other than your time and labor that you're in there. So I understand most people don't have the implements to create a food plot. So you don't have a tractor, you don't have money to rent a tractor, you don't have an area to do it. It's whatever the case may be. But if you guys have an old field, just a hay field, grassy field, just a field full of weeds, get in there and mow it down with a lawnmower, bush hog it, weed whack it, whatever you have to do, spray it every 2 months, every 30 days, every 6 weeks, whatever. Build those nutrients up. You just created a free food plot. I don't know why I keep doing this with my hand, like a circle. Would you recommend cutting trails in my grown up clear cut and utilize antler grow along those trails to hunt? 100%. 100%. You can cut those trails down, mow it down, and spray them. You'll have amazing results with it. I just want to finish this up and say, most people, when you're talking to them, are very open-minded. So with that said, you're always, no matter what you do in life, there's always going to be doubters or haters or something like that. So I 100%, without a doubt, without any doubt in my mind whatsoever, it's just facts. I put all my trust and faith into antler grow. It's not a gimmick. There's people, it's just a gimmick. You're just trying to sell something. And again, I receive no benefit from recommending anything like that. I don't receive money from it. It's just a product that I stand behind 100%. It's just facts. If you guys want real facts, information, no BS, no gimmicks, just a straightforward 100% legitimate product, Antler Grow is where it's at. Call Jeff, email him. He'll tell you, he'll show you the data results. It's not a gimmick. And I had 4 people email me today through the website saying, "Hey man, I heard about Antler Grow. What is it? I don't know what it is. How do I use it?" It's just the word is getting around about this because people are tired of gimmicks. They're tired of junk. They're tired of gimmicks, and people go out and spend their money on stuff hoping to see results. And what's funny is I'm not going to say who, and I honestly don't even remember who or what product it was, but somebody had bought some protein pellets. You guys know what protein pellets are. You dump on the ground, deer eat it, unless it molds over or something. But they did a test on the protein pellets. The protein pellets on the package said it was whatever, 20% protein or 20, I don't remember. But they did a test on it on the bag to see what the protein level was. It wasn't even close, nowhere near close to what the bag said it was. So there are 100% gimmicks and junk out there, but there are still some good products out there. I don't care if you buy it, but for the people that are serious and want to see serious results with real information and common sense behind it, then that's one product you guys want to see or use. You and Jeff were very helpful and informative at the show. Can't wait to use Farmer's Touch, Antler Grow, and live action camera from Spy Point. Awesome. So I'm gonna hop off here, guys. I gotta go figure out how to breathe because my nose is like messed up. But anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching, for following, for showing the support through the channel, through the Great American Outdoor Show, through Facebook, emails, questions. I greatly appreciate the support. If you guys ever have any questions, there's always an email in the description. You guys can email me, visit the website, message us on Facebook. I'm always willing to work with you guys, help you guys out. I'm not an expert, but I use common sense and I try to help the average person by keeping it simple and providing you guys with real information. So thank you guys for the support, for my father, for the family. Hope everybody gets better. And I will see you guys back here next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And there will be another video coming out tomorrow at 7 p.m. every Tuesday and Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so there'll be another video coming out. If you guys are new, please be sure to subscribe. Smash that thumbs up button. And if you are watching the replay, be sure to leave a comment down below. And don't forget, in 3 weeks, on the website. The Shop Now section will be live. We'll keep everybody updated on that, and you guys will eventually be able to purchase some apparel and a few other things. But thank you guys again so much, and I'll see you guys next time.